Maybe it's part of the American work ethic, but we kind of have an all or nothing attitude sometimes, I think, in this country, especially. It's like, you're going to get the gold medal no matter what, or if you're going to get first place no matter what, do or die, all or nothing. And if it's going to be all or nothing, it kind of puts you in a hard place because there's some things you just can't control the outcome of. You can do what you can do, but you can't control the outcome of it. And you see a lot of that on programs like The Biggest Loser. I watch it. I enjoy watching it. I think I get strength from watching it for other parts of my life, not necessarily, weight control. But the all or nothing attitude, they work themselves silly for however many days, and then they get up on the scale, and for various reasons, um, it doesn't show them always the number that they want. And there's many other arenas in our life that are like that. No matter how much effort you put forth, you can only control so many variables, and you can't always control the outcome. And I think that's especially um, damaging to young adults who are um, trying to get their roots down and become established. They know it takes a lot of money. They watch their parents. They know it takes a lot of money to survive and live comfortably, and never mind some of the things they might really want to buy, or some of the places they might want to go, or things that they might want to do. So I think that, I'm sorry, I keep looking down. I don't usually do that. All it says on that piece of paper is all or nothing. That's all it says. So I don't need to look at it. Um, there was uh, there was a well-respected engineering school that told the incoming class that 1 out of 3 of them would not be there at the end. Those statistics probably bear true in many other fields as well. And there is a downside to there's a downside to putting all this pressure on: go, push, push, run, achieve, work. So you're unhappy, so what? Um, so you're lonely, so what? So you're homesick, so what? Um, so you're going in debt in the process. I mean, there's just an awful lot of pressure on young people in high school and in college, I think. And before that, junior, I mean, kids are into drugs before high school. And this is about drugs. This whole thing is about drugs here. So we'll narrow our focus a little bit here. But I think that pressure of knowing that they have a certain number of years to prepare to compete, and that they're not just competing against kids in their own country anymore, they're competing globally for survival, and they know that. And so I'm going to separate this into 2 topics, which I had intended to do anyway. I just really hope that you will keep an open line of communication, and from an early age start talking to your kids, or early age, like teens, young teens, maybe even a little sooner. Start talking to your kids about career options, and uh, get it all out on the table, and discuss it, and hash it over, and examine the options as best you can, or as much as your teens are interested in. There's lots of ways to earn a living in this life, and they don't all involve 7 or 8 years of school. So a lot of them don't involve 4 years of school. There's a lot of I mean, plumbing and heating people make decent money. Um, Electricians, of course, make decent money. There's just a lot of fields that don't require as much schooling. Or let's see, what else was I going to try to say here? We don't all fit in the same mold, and so to put pressure. We knew a family where the breadwinner in the family had earned a prestigious degree in a very honored institution, and then or I said profession, I should say, and then he went back to school. He wasn't happy with that. I'm not going to give too many specifics here. He wasn't happy with that once he got in that profession, and so he went back to school for a little while longer, and got got the degree and got qualified to work a job that he was much happier at for a lot less money, I'm sure, and probably was a little bit less respected. I shouldn't say respected, but maybe admired would be a better word. So now we're 5 minutes and 20 seconds almost. So I'm going to break this down into two topics, but I just think that we need to make sure we let our kids know that it's not do or die. There's always Plan B, which we're going to talk about in a minute, what Plan B is, and let them know, this is what you think you want right now. So let's make a plan. And if that's not working for you, then we'll sit down and we'll reevaluate and we'll make a new plan. So we'll talk about that in just a second. But the all or nothing, do or die, sometimes ends up in die because the kids get so lonely, so homesick, so frustrated, so they get drug addicted. They consume alcohol, and some kids die from overconsumption. Lots of kids die of overconsumption of alcohol, and that's not anything anybody wants to go through. So it's not a simple matter. I understand that, but sometimes do or die is. They can't do it and they end up dying. And that's what we want to avoid at all costs. They end up addicted and or dying. So let's go on to the what if is the next one. I hope if you watch this video, I'm going to cross out all or nothing. I hope if you watch this video, you go on to the next one, which is going to be what if. Thank you.